Welcome to the MedRight video documentation. This tutorial covers using the Edit Expenses page and how that ties into the billing report. Facilities that use care levels and service plans should enter the itemized expenses for residents. Do so by navigating to Residents, Service Plans, selecting the resident in question, and selecting the Edit Expenses action. Here, the resident's itemized expenses are shown in the 6 sections of the page. Notice that entries on this page have a delete icon. The delete icon can be used to remove an entry from this page. However, be careful. Removing an entry will affect historical billing reports. For example, if a resident has a discount of $500 going back indefinitely, and this discount is to be ended, do not delete the entry. For best practices, put an end date on the discount. If you remove the discount, then billing reports run for past months will no longer show the discount, even though it was applied during that time. The only reason to use the delete icon is to fix a mistake. Otherwise, use the set end date icon or simply add a new entry. More details on that later in this tutorial. At the end of this tutorial, we will talk about the billing report to which all these entries apply. Let us start at the top of the page with the prorate section. Situations can arise where residents do not end up paying for the entire month of care or their room. It could be that they were hospitalized and did not receive care from the facility during that time. Another situation could be if a resident moves in the middle of a month. Whatever reason, a prorate can be applied by selecting the Add Prorate button. In the resulting modal, there are 2 checkboxes, Prorate Care and Prorate Room and Bed. One or both of these can be selected to apply this prorate to those items. Next, select the month of the year that this prorate should apply to. Note that prorates cannot be applied to previous months. Finally, input the days to prorate to. This is the number of days that the resident is actually being charged for. So, if they spent 12 days in the facility, it would be prorated to 12. With all the information inputted, click Submit to apply the prorate. Let's move on to the discount section. Discounts can be applied for any reason the facility requires. Begin by selecting the Add Discount button. The first input box is to describe the discount. Next, input the dollar amount to be discounted. Now the range of dates the discount applies to must be defined. For the starting month and year, either select one from the pull-down, or use the No Starting Month checkbox to indicate that this discount applies back as far as the resident has been a part of the facility. Likewise, for the ending month, either select the ending month and year, or use the No Ending Month checkbox to apply this discount until a user comes in and ends it manually. Click Submit to apply the discount. The discount is now visible in the table of discounts. Discounts that have an end date of none will have a set end date icon. Selecting it will open the modal with only the ending month and year input available. Use the pull down to select the month and year and submit. The discount now has the end date. The next section is room packages. Room packages and their value are defined by the facility. Here we see that this resident currently resides in a small 1-bedroom. It costs $4,480. They've been there since October 2017, and they're staying indefinitely. When a room package has an end date of none, adding a new room package will set the end date for the previous one. Begin doing this by selecting the Add Room Package button. The room packages for the facility are available from the pull-down. Simply select one. Notice the Use Legacy Room Package checkbox. Selecting this will change the pull-down to only show room packages that have been discontinued. This is used for bookkeeping. Just like with the discounts, a starting and an ending month must be applied. Select the starting month and year, and select the ending month, or use the No Ending or No Starting Month checkboxes. Click Submit to apply the new room package. Notice that the new room package starts in November 2018, and the old room package was automatically set to have an end date of October 2018. This is the way that residents should change rooms. The entry for the old package stays there for historical billing reports. The next section, Split Portions, is for residents whose expenses are split between the state and the resident. This could be for programs such as Innovage. To set up a split portion, select the Add Split Portion button. In the resulting modal, the first input box is for the state ID number. The next two input boxes are to indicate the amount of money the state pays and the amount of money the resident pays. Note that the combination of the state and resident portions plus any fees or credits will be the total billed for the resident. This completely overrides the resident's room package, discounts, prorates, and care level. Once again, select the starting month or indicate that it goes back indefinitely, and select the ending month or indicate that it goes forward indefinitely. Submit to apply the split portion. The next section is for fees and credits applied to the resident's account. These items can cover anything the facility deems necessary to charge a fee or refund a credit for. Start by using the Add Fee Credit button. The types of fees and credits that have already been defined for the facility are available from the Select Description pull-down. Selecting the Use Custom Description checkbox will change the pull-down to an input box where the user can define their own description. The Save Custom Description for Further Use checkbox becomes available, and selecting it here will allow the inputted description to be available from the pull-down when future fees and credits are added to profiles. Next, input the dollar amount that is the fee or the credit. Remember that fees are things that residents are charged for, and credits are monies that residents receive back. Once again, indicate the starting and the ending month. Here I will indicate the same month to denote a one-time charge. Click Submit to add the fee or credit. Notice once again that fees and credits with no end date have the Set End Date button. Selecting it can be used to determine the final month the fee or credit should apply. The final table in the Edit Expenses page is for respite stays or daycares. If the facility takes on respite stays or provides adult daycare, those charges can be added here. Simply click the Add Respite Stay Daycare button. Use the radio button to indicate whether they're being charged for a respite stay or daycare. Then indicate the amount per day that they were charged. Indicate the day that the care began. Either indicate the day that the care will end, or select No End Date if it is not yet known. Click Submit to add the charge for respite stay or daycare. That covers all the sections of the Edit Expenses page. Now let's look at the billing report where this applies. Navigate to Reports, Create Report, and select the billing report from the Actions panel. No residents need be selected. A report name can be provided, or if left blank, MedRight will automatically generate a name. Use the pull-downs to indicate the month and the year that this report will be run for. Use the radio buttons to indicate whether this report is a projection of future expenses or an end-of-month report being run for expenses that actually occurred. Note too, that billing reports can be set up as auto-generated reports. For details on setting up the auto-generated report, view the reporting documentation. When ready, click Submit. As soon as the report status is done, usually just a second or two, it can be accessed with the View icon. Selecting it will open a PDF in another browser tab with the report. Notice the header of the report says whether it's a projected or an end-of-month report, the month and year the report was run for, as well as the date the report was run on. The name column shows the name of each resident with their room number. The line item column shows their room package, their care level, as well as any fees, split portions, prorates, and respite or daycare stays that were added on the Edit Expenses page. The line item description indicates what kind of charge it is and how many points are assigned to that resident in the case of the care level. The amount column simply shows the dollar amount for each item, and the total column shows the total charge for each resident. Also, at the end of the report, the total column shows the total monies for all residents in the facility. To print this report, move the mouse or touch the page towards the top right of the screen, then select the print icon. That concludes the tutorial for the Edit Expenses page. For more detailed information, view the Edit Expenses written documentation. Thank you for watching this MedRight tutorial.